Hi, how y'all doing? It's March the 18th, 2026. It's Wednesday today, hump day, they call it. Here in Ontario, Canada, where I am, sky's cloud covered. No sun, just clouds. It was cold over the night, minus 15 or so. I think it's warmed up to minus 4, whatever. But yeah, no rain, no snow, so it is what it is, right? Schuman was 37 yesterday, today it's 65. So, quite a bit more, eh? When I woke up in the rise yesterday, I seen a part of a rainbow, a line, right above the east ridge over there. And it was just a straight line like that, a rainbow, right? Only like took up that much of the sky of the horizon. There was no loop or nothing. And I thought I've seen this before a few years back in the west side, right? And it stayed in the sky all day. This time, when I zoomed in with my eyes, I watched it, and it was moving in the sky like that, right, until it disappeared. And before it disappeared, I could see a round circle in it, right? A round circle. I don't want to be flipping signs. You'd be thinking I'm not the right kind. And I looked at it, and I was like, well, people will probably be thinking that's the sun, right? Because it was in the rise, like early, like 7. I said, but the sun's not up yet, and it's up, but it's over there. It rises over there, not over there. So it disappeared, and then the sun rose where it was supposed to and shone. I thought, a ship? What was it? It wasn't the moon, right? It was right on the side of the rainbow thing. So I said years ago it was a Pleiadian spaceship, but because they are the ones that light up a lot. But who knows, right? That's when I thought space was space and not out. It was up, but now I realize it's out. You know what I mean? Down. It's not up. So I called my son in and got him to look at it with me. I said, "See, can you see that?" He's like, "What? I can't see." I said, "Look harder. Look over here." He's like, "Oh yeah, I see it." Right? My one son's cat went into heat. Has been a year since she's been in heat. I thought they went through catapause, right? But yeah, it's not as strong as it was before. It's different. I think it's all the high energy, right, with the Schuman. And the Schuman spiked last night up to the 65, right? It woke me up around 3 o'clock in the middle of the night. And I was laying there to go back. When I went back to try to go back to sleep, it was like I was wide awake again. And I looked out into the sky, in the night sky, to see if I seen anything, right? But I didn't. I thought, I wonder what this means. I told myself, the Schuman's probably spiking. So I lay down and went back to sleep, right? But yeah, I find when the Schumann spikes, it wakes us up, and it's like we're wide awake, right? Do you feel it? So, yeah. Got icky sensations in my body today, a lot of pressure in the head. My back's tense and achy, my shoulders, like behind them, you know, my leg a bit. My bottom part's not as intense as it was yesterday. My knees and legs were just aching like crazy yesterday and the day before. But now it just seems to be in the top part of my body. Strange. Ascension symptoms sure are different, folks. I was watching a thing today, and because we're pushing for electric vehicles here in Canada, right? By 2035, there's supposed to be 40% of the vehicles are supposed to be electric vehicles, but people aren't buying them. They're not buying them, right? They're rotting on the lots, right? So people have woke up. They realize they're not a good thing at all. And the government may say it's going to do this and do that. By 2035, by 2040, we're going to do this. This is going to happen. but their computer can't see past 2033. They don't know what's going to happen, right? They can't tell. There's no data. And they're confused by it. They're scared, you know? So they can say what they want, but Big Mama Source told you she's playing their game, but they're not having the outcome that they want. I told you years ago, too, that nothing they do will work out. We're in the age of Aquarius, right? The great unveiling, the apocalypse. Everything must be seen that's been hidden in the dark. So, yeah. They can say what they want. They're just a bunch of liars anyways. That's what they get paid for, right? Speakers of lies. Parlement. Parler means speak in French, and ment mean lie. So, yeah. I didn't have a lot to talk about, nor yesterday. That's why I haven't made a video. I wasn't going to make a video today, but then I thought, well, come on, Teresa. You have to be consistent, right? You made this channel for a reason. So, yeah. My friend Tass is having problems with her feline. It's bleeding somewhere. She hasn't been able to find out where. So she phoned me up. I know was asking me some questions about it. So I give her whatever wisdom I could. Alright? Hopefully she's figured it out. Hopefully the feline's okay. But animals are just like people with this intense energy. If there's a big dysfunction, it doesn't look good for them, right? So yeah, I just hope I keep on kicking. You know what I mean? Fibro being the worst of the things that's going wrong with me. Or maybe it's going right, who knows? A lot of the symptoms people talk about are symptoms of fibromyalgia when it comes to the Ascension that I've been experiencing for the last, 20 years. I'm sensitive and I'm different, right? Years ago when I lived in British Columbia, I took my children out there to live for 6 years, right? I wanted thinking about my youngest son was going to school. So when I was sleeping, didn't know not better not to send him. So I went to this workshop, Quest for Careers, right? And there was this one part of the test, like the first 2 weeks, it was just taking, I call them SATs, right? Just to find out how smart you are and what's in all these different avenues and, what you know and what you don't know. And the one thing was a colors test was our last test, right? A personality test kind of thing. And what you'd be good at and all that, right? And there was like 12 people in the class, and including me, right? And when it came out, everybody had to, when the papers were returned, everybody read out their color and what it meant, right? And when I came to me, I read mine, and mine was different than everybody else's in the class. Different colors, right? And everybody got kind of pissed off, and they looked at me and were like, I want to be what she is. I want her colors, right? And I was like, what the hell? I thought to myself, you really don't want to be me. You wouldn't want to go through what I've been through to become the person I am. To be the person that nobody resonates with, that's always by herself, that doesn't fit into a group. Look at you guys. You're all like greens and oranges. There's 4 of you. You guys are all like reds and whatever, right? There's 4 of yous. They're all grouped up. Me, I was the individual, right? I was like, why do they think like that? You know what I mean? They really don't know what it takes. And then I realized that's what stands me out apart in this. This is what Big Mama sent me here for, right? To be different, to hold the light. Because I'm not like other people. I don't have credit or credit cards, right? I don't go out and do things just to go out and do things because I don't want to be alone with my thoughts. I don't care if I don't fit in, right? Where everybody else tries to do the best they can to fit in. They get tattoos and piercings and dress like hoes and whatever, you know what I mean? But not me, right? It just doesn't have any flavor for me. None at all. I'm not the type of person that wants to go out for dinner all the time or anything, right? I am not high maintenance at all. Just give me my cigarettes, my marijuana, right? And I'm happy. You know? Give me the love I deserve, or love me the way I love you. I'm happy. Right? Strange. It's a strange place. Guess the new moon's tonight, around 9 something. I think it was 9:25 here in Canada anyway. So yeah, leave all the old behind. If you got fireworks or firecrackers, go set some off tonight. Bring in the new year tomorrow. Right? The spring solstice. The new year. The beginning where things will start to grow. I'm going to plant some marijuana seeds and a few others this year. I was growing all the time before, but last year I didn't grow any. Too many new neighbors, right? Too many teenagers hanging around. I didn't want my plants to get picked. Stealing my babies, you know what I mean? It'd freak me out. It wouldn't make me very happy, let's put it that way. But yeah, I think I'll attempt to do it again this year. And I'll just leave it up to the Great Spirit to protect them. You know what I mean? I've been sailing through this pretty easy. Source said I wouldn't suffer during these times. I guess she meant in a different way. Because the pain sometimes, man, oh man, let me tell you. I'm used to being in pain 24/7. But some days, it spikes. Right? Just like the Schuman. Yeah, I know, not funny, but it was funny to me. I got a weird sense of humor. Me and my son sat, or he was here at home today, and he sat for the first like 2 hours, 3 hours of the rise. He sat and we talked, or he was stood in the hallway and we talked about all kinds of stuff, right? It was different, right? And then around, what was it, 11, I was like, all right, let me get back to my show. He's like, yep, we're done. We had a good little conversation. I was like, little, holy cow, right? We just talked about a whole bunch of stuff. But it is Aries season, so yeah. Just don't be going around pushing anybody's buttons. You know what I mean? You don't want people to snap back at you, you know? So yeah. Alright, I think that's enough. Every day. Every day, a spiritual war ends. Every day, the governments of the world fold. And every day, I have more gratitude. I love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this later day. Okay? Okay. Bye. Bye.